Imagine you're a train conductor, heart pounding as your trolley hurtles towards a split in the tracks. On your current path, 5 people are tied down, screaming for help. But you can pull a lever and switch to a second track where only 1 person is tied. Action means 1 death, inaction means 5. What would you do? This is the classic trolley problem, an ethical dilemma that forces us to weigh lives in an equation. Now, contrast that with the doctor problem. You're a surgeon with 5 very sick patients, all needing a different organ to survive. One healthy guy walks into your hospital. Now, his organs could save all 5, but it would cost his life. Same math, right? 5 lives versus 1. So why does this feel so different? Hello, I'm Olivia, and today we are diving into these 2 famous thought experiments to explore why I would pull the lever in the trolley problem and let 5 people die in the doctor problem. What? That's so evil! Well, no, it really all boils down to philosophy, specifically ideas like utilitarianism, moral equivalence, and long-term consequentialism. I'll break down these terms as we go. Let's get started. First off, the trolley problem. You're at the controls and you've got 2 choices. Either do nothing and let 5 people die, or sacrifice 1 life to save 5. I say pull the lever, and here's why. I lean towards utilitarianism, a philosophy from Jeremy Bentham that judges actions case by case based on their outcomes. The goal? Maximize pleasure and minimize pain for the greatest number of people. In this case, saving 5 lives over 1 is a clear win. Less harm, and more lives preserved. It's not just math, though. The idea of moral equivalence also comes into play here, meaning you are just as responsible for what happens if you don't act as if you do. Once you know you can switch tracks, not doing so is a choice. And that choice kills 5 people. Now, to me, that's unacceptable, and you are morally responsible to switch tracks. But what about the counterargument? Well, some say that you can't reduce lives to a simple equation. By pulling the lever, aren't you actively choosing to kill 1 person, which feels somehow worse than letting 5 die by accident? This is where Thomas Aquinas' doctrine of double effect comes in. This doctrine states that it's okay to cause harm so long as it's a foreseen but unintended consequence of a greater good. Your intention isn't to kill 1 person, it's to save 5. The death is just a tragic consequence, not your goal. So, morally, you're in the clear. Yeah, pull that lever. Now let's switch gears to the doctor problem. You're a surgeon and 5 of your patients are dying. 1 needs a heart, another a liver, etc., etc. 1 healthy person walks on in, maybe for a checkup, and you realize that they could save all 5 of your patients. But harvesting their organs would kill them. On the surface, it's the same as the trolley problem, 1 life for 5. So why do I say don't do it? The difference lies in long-term consequentialism, a fancy way of saying we have to think about the big picture here. In the trolley problem, everyone's already in harm's way, tied to the tracks. It's a one-off crisis. But in the doctor problem, that healthy person isn't at risk until you decide to put them at risk. Every single day we play out this thought experiment. And if doctors decided suddenly to start sacrificing innocent people for organs, what kind of society would we have? Imagine walking into a hospital terrified you'll be harvested for parts. Now, this breaks the social contract, an idea from Thomas Hobbes that society only functions if we trust each other enough to follow basic rules. Like doctors valuing everyday life and not playing God. If doctors made these calls, trust in medicine would collapse, and that's a far worse outcome than losing 5 patients in 1 tragic case. Now, you might think, this sounds a lot like rule utilitarianism, John Stuart Mill's idea that we should all follow general rules for the best long-term outcome, like doctors shouldn't kill healthy people. But I still see it as act utilitarianism. I'm judging this specific case. Sacrificing 1 life might save 5 today, but the fallout on untrusting and chaotic society isn't worth it. It's the same case-by-case math. Just looking further out with it. Saving 5 lives today isn't worth a broken society tomorrow. So, why do these 2 scenarios feel so different? Well, in the trolley problem, moral equivalence makes action and inaction equally weighty, so I choose the least harm. In the doctor problem, long-term consequentialism and the social contract outweigh this immediate mathematical equation. These tiny changes in context can completely flip an ethical decision. And if you're thinking, wait, there's a third option, mow down the 5 with a Skype. Well, you've been watching The Good Place, haven't you? An equally valid option, surely. So, where do you stand? Would you pull the lever in the trolley problem, or trust a doctor who would trade 1 life for 5? Drop your thoughts in the comments and keep the debate going. Thank you for watching.